The first step in making really good chicken wings is seasoning. So these wings were previously frozen, so I've thawed them. I did rinse them. I know there's controversy around rinsing meat, but I'm a rinser, to be honest. And then just to make sure that there's no residual water, I want to just pat them dry a little bit with a little piece of paper towel. These are really good. They didn't have a whole lot of water on them in the first place. But what I don't want to do is run the risk of my seasoning just getting in that water and not sticking to my chicken wing. Okay, so just, pat any excess water off of the wings. Okay, now I am going to season these with Essence. Essence is a seasoning blend. I got the recipe from Emeril years and years and years ago, and I use that a lot in my chicken wing cook, and I will share that recipe with you so that you can have it as well. I've got smoked paprika and cayenne pepper. These wings are going to end up being a kind of sweet and spicy wing, so I want to start off with the actual meat of the wing having a little bit of spice in there. I also need to bring in some salt, which I did not bring over here to the table just yet, but I will grab that because you're definitely going to want to have some salt here. So I'm just going to start with seasoning up my chicken wings. Here are the chicken wings that I seasoned yesterday. I let them sit in the seasoning in the refrigerator overnight just to let that seasoning permeate the meat, and then I'll get a really good, tasty, flavorful wing. It is not necessary for you to let your wings sit for overnight, though. I would recommend at least an hour or two just to let all of that salt and seasoning penetrate the meat. So let's take a look at what we have here. Okay. So here are the chicken wings. They're good and seasoned. Now they are ready to be fried up. These are going to be fried naked. And when I say fried naked, when it comes to a chicken wing, that means that there's going to be no breading or no, flouring to them. They're just going to be fried so their skin gets really crispy, and the sauce that's going to be put on them will attach itself to the skin. Typically, when I'm going to sauce a wing, I always do it naked because the sauce is going to take all of the crunch out of that breading or the breadcrumbs or whatever, flour, whatever you put on there. And then you get kind of a strange texture that I don't care for very much. So I always fry my wings naked unless I am going to just be eating them as chicken wings without a sauce on them. So let's go ahead. Let's get started frying these wings. To fry this chicken, I obviously need my chicken. I'm going to use this spider to get the chicken out when it is ready. And then I have my Dutch oven here filled about halfway up the side with canola oil. I prefer canola oil. You can obviously just use regular vegetable oil. There are some recipes that fry in grapeseed oil and some other oils. You can use whichever one you like, the one that tastes best to you, but you have to make sure that the oil has a high enough smoke point for it to get hot enough to cook your chicken before it burns. Oils like olive oil and coconut oil can't get very hot before they start scorching. So you're going to want to use something that's hot, got a high enough smoke point that you can get through cooking the chicken at approximately 375 degrees without it burning. once you get your oil up to temperature, I always put one wing in first just to make sure that it starts to bubble right away. You don't want your chicken to sit in here and just soak up oil while it's still getting hot. You'll have a very greasy end product. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put enough wings in here for it to just be a single layer. I would rather do this in small batches than crowd my pot, because the more chicken you put in here, the more you're going to lower the temp of your oil, and then you're going to get to the point where it's just soaking up grease again. The wings this size, which are just kind of the party wing, meaning it's just the pieces cut apart. Wings this size, I'm going to say probably take about maybe 8 or 9 minutes to get fried to where they're completely done, but still pretty moist on the inside. So we're going to give these about 8 or 9 minutes, and then we'll be back. Okay, our chicken wings look like they're done. They're nice and golden brown. You see that? It took approximately 11 minutes. Okay, 8 minutes wasn't long enough. So I'm just going to take these out using this spider, and I'm going to put them over here in a bowl lined with a little bit of paper towel. That paper towel is going to capture the excess oil. Okay, now I'm going to show you how I plan to season these chicken wings.